viewers at home. You are welcome to our Delta Grammar School Senior online classes. My name is John Ade. The topic to be discussed this morning is latitude and longitude. Latitude and longitude are one of the branches of mathematics that is used on daily basis by the pilots, by the navigators, including the drivers. Now, 4 cardinal points. We know already, when we discuss the 4 cardinal points, we have the northern part, the north pole, we have the south pole, we have the east, and we have the west. Now, as you know, the north pole is moving toward is the vertical axis, moving from the center to the upper part, while the southern pole moving from the center, that is the origin here, to the northern part, while the eastern part moving from the center to the right side, while the western pole moves from the origin to the western part. Now, when we discuss about the earth as a sphere, earth as a sphere vary from 6300 km to 6400 km, depending on the value given to you in your exam. At times you might be given 6300 km or 6400 km or 6367 km. Now, earth as a sphere is spherical in shape, and the following important things must be seen, clearly seen. This straight line, we call it the polar axis. Polar axis. This polar axis is the axis where the earth rotates to complete its revolution or the rotation. And we have this, the meridian. Meridian, and this is center. Center we have, and we have this line as the equator. Equator, we have the south, we have the north here. And this is the meridian. We can call it meridian, or we can call it the prime meridian. Now we have the center here. You have your east, you have the west. Now, this earth will rotate on this polar axis, continue rotating until it completes the rotation 365 days or 366 days to make a leap year. The meridian is run from the north to the southern part. The other name for this meridian, we refer to it as prime meridian. And from the center here to any part of the circumference, we call it the radius of the earth. That's radius of the earth. And that radius of the earth, I said the other time, radius of the earth ranges from 6300 km to 6400 km, depending on what the examiner gives to you. It might be 6300 km or 6400 km. At times might be 67 km, depending on what you are given. This is the true picture of the earth, and it revolves. The earth revolves on this polar axis 365 days or 366 days to make a leap year. Now, circle, great circle, and small circle. When we discuss about the great circle, a great circle can be in form of when you have an orange, you peel the back of that orange. The line that you have seen, is referred to as the great circle. Like this, you have this. That's the line that you have seen. When you have seen the line, you have it in this form. It's great circle. This great circle, don't forget, I said the other time that this is the meridian. This line is the meridian. Meridian, or we call it the prime meridian. When we move to the western part here, so you have this meridian is longitude 0 degree. Longitude 0 degree. When you move to the left, you have 180 degree west. When you move to the right, you have 180 degree east. So the great circle, you can, to have a complete rotation, 180 plus 180 will give you 360 degree, which is the complete revolution or complete rotation. Now, from this polar axis, which is longitude 0 degree, you can move 10, 20 out to 180 degree east, and you can move 10, 20 out to 180 degree west. These are called the latitudinal line. And the reference points for the longitudinal line here, these are the longitudinal line. The reference point for this longitudinal line is the meridian or prime meridian. Is the reference point. So when you move, this is a meridian, a longitudinal line, a longitudinal line, a longitudinal line, a longitudinal line, and you have this meridian. Now, this meridian, we have two places on the meridian. We call it the Greenwich Meridian in London at the upper part, and we have Tema in Ghana at the lower part. It determines the timing in the country, in all the nations. It tells you the actual time in Greenwich Meridian is the same thing as Tema in Ghana. So these are the two times that determine the timing throughout the world. Now, we can move 180 degree west, 180 degree east. So all these are the latitudinal line. I said the meridian is a reference line to other longitudinal line. Longitudinal line, longitudinal line. Towards the western part, longitudinal line, longitudinal line. Towards the eastern part. That's great circle. So it means all longitudinal lines, all longitudinal lines that we have seen here are great circle. Note, all longitudinal lines, tudinal lines are great circle. Great circle. That leads us to the small circle. The small circle, we can liken it to when you have an orange, then you cut that orange into two equal parts horizontally. When you cut it into two equal parts horizontally, assuming this is orange, by the time you cut it into two parts horizontally, this is a semicircle. Semicircle. This is another semicircle. We also call it hemisphere. And this particular line, this is the center. This particular line is called the equator. Note here, I said the other time that all longitudinal lines are great circle. The same thing applicable here. All latitudinal lines are small circle, except only one, that is the equator. Note, all latitudinal lines are small circle, or we call it the parallel of latitude. Parallel of latitude. At times in the exam, you might be asked, find the distance along the small circle or parallels of latitude. Except equator, which is what? A great circle. Great circle. It means here that all longitudinal lines are great circle. Equator is also a great circle. But the remaining latitudinal lines are small circles. Now, what I did here on the longitudinal line, 180 degree, your meridian is a reference to the longitudinal line, 180 degree west, 180 degree east. The same thing applicable here. This equator is latitude 0 degree. That is why we move to the northern part. We have the southern part. When you move from the equator 0 degree, you move to the other part, you have 90 degree to the northern part, and you have 90 degree to the southern part. When we have this for the longitudinal line, you have 180 degree from the longitude. The primary meridian serves as the reference point for the longitudinal line. 180 degree east, 180 degree west. But in case of latitudinal line, that is a small circle, you have 180 with 90 degree northern part and 90 degree southern part. So you can have other longitudinal line in this form. You can have it in this form. You can have it in this form. You have it that way. You have it that way. You can have equator 0 degree. You have 10 degree, 15 degree, 20 degree, up to 90 to the northern part. The same thing applicable to the southern part. Now, how can we locate places on the earth's surface? How to locate places on the earth's surface? For example, locating place or places on earth's surface. This is very, very important. The moment you don't know how to locate the places on earth's surface, it means you won't be able to draw the necessary thing under the longitude and latitude. Sketch, for example, sketch the position of the fallen places on the earth's surface. Earth's surface. When you are giving point A, you are giving 30 degree north, 40 degree west. B, 30 degree south and 40 degree west. C, 30 degree south, 40 degree east. And D, 30 degree south, 40 degree east. When you are given a question in this form, how to locate place or places on Earth's surface, sketch the position of the fallen places on the Earth's surface. It is very, very important for you to draw the Earth. 1. You draw in this form, and the following must be shown. Your polar axis, the north, the south. This is your polar axis that runs from the north to south. you have your meridian. That's your meridian, the center of the heart, and you have your equator. This is your equator. Equator. That's lat 0 degree. You have 30 degree north. We have 30 degree north, 40 degrees, 30 degrees south, 40 degrees east. That's okay. Now, we have the polar prime meridian here. Prime meridian. You know, prime meridian, this is the prime meridian. You have the equator. These are the important things that must be shown on the earth's surface before you can draw any diagram. For point A, don't forget, this is the first one is latitude, while the second one is longitude. That's the reason why I put latitude and longitude. Sometimes you have longitude and latitude, and it's a little bit confusing. So I prefer to use latitude and longitude. They are the other pair, that is latitude first and the longitude second. Now, the latitude is 30 degree north. Latitude 0 degree, which is the equator, 30 degree north, you draw in this form. That's the 30 degree north. Now, 40 degree west. Your 40 degree west will be on the left hand side here. This is east and this is west. Then you have 40 degree west. That's a 40 degree west. The point of intersection of 30 degree north and 40 degree will give you point A. And is it this point? No. Are you saying yes or no? Okay, no. Is it this point on the polar axis? No. You are right. Is it right? No. Thank you. Is this the point? Yes, you are correct. So this is the point A, where you have your 30 degree north and 40 degree west. For point B, 30 degrees south and 40 degree west. This 30 degrees south is the latitudinal line, while this 40 degree west is the longitudinal line. So 30 degree west, you move towards the southern part. So you have it in this form. That's for 30 degree south. Now, 40 degree west, you have drawn it already, the same line. Then the point of intersection of 30 degrees south and 40 degree west, you have it somewhere here. And that's point B. So that's place D. Then you have located point A, point B on the earth's surface. I expect you to attempt C and D as the assignment. Next is angular difference. Angular difference. Before you can have an angular difference, let me recall. Before you can have an angle, you must have two lines joined together in a common place in this form. When you have line AB and you have line BC, this arc drawn here, let's call that angle alpha. So you have line AB and line BC. Simply means you must have two places of earth surface. Before you can have an angular difference. The angular difference can be on the same latitude or on the same longitude. Now, for example, locating. angles, angular difference, angular difference. I said angular difference can be informed on the same longitude, and you can have it on the same latitude. For example, find the angular difference on the earth surface. Earth surface one, E 30° north, 45° east, and F 25° south and 45° east. 2, G 70° north, 35° west, and H 40° north, 35° west. Note, when you are given a question in this form, you ought to sketch or draw the diagram showing the earth surface. Showing the earth surface. Then you use the points E and F. Don't forget, your prime meridian is very, very important. This is the polar axis. This is your prime meridian, where you have the green meridian somewhere here, and you have Tema in Ghana, determine the time, the center, and you have the equator, your latitude. Don't forget, I said the equator is a line that is used as a reference for other longitudinal line. We call it latitude 0°. Why this prime meridian is longitude 0°? It's used as a reference point for others. Now, when you have this, you have to find the angular difference between on the earth surface E 30° north, 45° east, and 25° south and 45° east. Do the normal thing. 40° north is the latitude. You draw it. That is 30° north. 45° east. You move towards this side. That's 45° east. This is 45° east. 45° east. The point of intersection of 30° north and 45° east, you have it somewhere here. That's your E. Don't forget. And the next one, you have 25° south. You move towards the southern part. Don't forget. That's the latitude. That's 25° south. And you have 45. You have it somewhere here. 45°, you have it. You have your F. Then you are going to, from the center to this arc, I said is the radius of the arc. And from here is also the radius of the arc. So you have this as the center O. So you have OE and OF. You have it in this form. OE, and OF. Let's have this as that angle. Let's call it alpha. That angle. Don't forget, you can have this line. You can call this, you can have this. Then, let me call this M. This one, M. Then this alpha. This is the alpha, is the same thing as OE, OEM, OE, EOM, EOM plus FON. That is that angle. When you have, this is 45 degree. 45 degree. That is, you have angular difference on the same longitude. On the same longitude. The same longitude, 45 degrees, 45 degrees. What you need to do now, this is 30 degree north and 25 degree west. Then you will sum up. You sum up the two angles together. So you have 30 plus 25 degree. Then you have 5 plus 0, that's 5. And 2 plus 5, you have 5. Therefore, angular difference on the same longitude, which is alpha, is equal to 55 degrees. Do this as an assignment. Now, if I want to do the angular difference on the same latitude, what I will do, I will just have this. I will change this to be 70 degree north, and I will change this to the 70 degree north. You know, this particular example 2 is the same thing as angular difference on the same longitude. We have longitude 35 degree west and 35 degree west. For the B part, angular difference on the same longitude. Angular difference on the same latitude. What you need to do, let's have A and B, 70 degree north, 35 degree west, and B, 70 degree north and 60 degree west. What I need, take this as an assignment. What you need to do here is you have the same latitude and different what? Longitude. They are on the same line. What you need to do is to the angular difference with the what? Subtract. Thank you. I want you to attend this as an assignment. You know I've given you the hint. Don't forget the second assignment given to you. Remember this, and I want you to listen attentively to what we have discussed. We have discussed the cardinal points, Earth is a sphere, we discussed the great circle, the small circle, places, how to locate places on Earth, surface, angular difference on the same longitude, and angular difference on the same latitude. God bless you all. Thank you.